If you've been watching my channel for a while, you can probably relate or sympathize with the fact that I absolutely love Germany, Europe altogether as well. But I have been diving into various things over the last few years, and I'm still learning new things all the time. One of the best ways I learn about these new things is obviously like through other expats. Other expats post videos all the time. I'll react to them. I'm actually teaching myself German too. This is for all the new people who are now just stumbling across this channel. I do teach myself German. It's very slow progressing, but I can understand quite a bit. I react to meme compilations from Germany, a lot of videos that are from Germany that are just in the original language, which is really cool. And I think that's pretty fun. It's been an awesome journey and stuff like that. So I'm very excited to see where I'm at in 2 years. But this video we're going to be checking out today are the top 10 reasons I'm excited to move back to Germany. This is from the perspective of a military spouse. For those that don't know, I'm currently in the military myself. I'm in the Air Force, and one of the bases I can go to is actually in Germany. Now, you guys probably don't know the name of this base. This is not really a popular base that is out there. Ramstein is one base that is huge. That is not one of the bases I can go to and work on, right? I can go visit it whenever I want, but one of the other bases I can actually go to, it's a smaller base or whatever, but it's cool, and it's kind of by Saarland though. I think it's by no, it's not. This one's not by Kaiserlautern. This one's definitely by Saarland. Which might be by Kaiserlautern. I don't know my geography that well. But anyways, my whole point is we're going to be diving into this thing, kind of seeing an interesting perspective, because I have never ever been to Germany before. So I've been doing 2 years of content surrounding Germany, I should say, and I've never been yet. So without further ado, let's go ahead and dive nose deep into this thing. But before we get started, please smash that like button and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. We are on a slow grind to the next milestone, which is 500,000 of you guys, which is going to be pretty insane. That might take a little while, but let's go ahead and check this thing out. Like I always say, los geht's.
Good morning and welcome back to my channel. I'm actually finally filming this during the morning.
Oh, this is very quiet, man. This is, or maybe her voice is just quiet. Her voice is quiet.
Like mid-morning. It's about like 10:21.
Oh, that's why. Okay.
If you're new here, please go ahead and hit subscribe. I'm a mom of 3, and
oh, wow.
I'm moving to Germany, and that's what this video kind of like adds on to. I'll link the video down below that I did where I made the initial statement that we are in fact moving to Germany in January of 2023. So we're really excited.
Whoa. 2023. That is that's a long projection. I'm not sure if her husband is out of the military and they're planning on moving officially in 2023, because as far as I know, they would never project orders that far out. That's kind of crazy.
We say that a lot because that's where we met. It's where we both graduated high school. We both went to American high school.
That's cool. Oh, so I wonder if he's German. That'd be pretty interesting.
But we wanted the kids to be able to like experience that because we think it really helped build us into who we were.
Or probably not. He's definitely not German, but because if he's in the military, she's a military spouse, then I guess that would make sense. All right, all right.
But this video isn't going to be about all that. This video is going to be about the top 10 things that I'm absolutely excited, thrilled, pumped to be able to get to do now that we're moving back to Germany again. So let's dive right in. First things first, you can't fight me on this one. If you have lived in Germany, visited Germany,
the food, I keep hearing about this, man.
Is amazing in Germany. I don't know what it is, but when we went back to visit in 2016, it was the same way. Like nothing changed. Everything is amazing. Even my mother-in-law, who is a vegetarian, and she's been a vegetarian for like 30 years now, she thinks the food in Germany is just, it's second to none.
Oh, nice. I've always heard about that, though. I've literally always heard about this in every video I've reacted to and stuff like this. And even people who I know personally who've been to Germany frequently, and even some of you guys I've talked to in Discord, everyone unanimously says Germany has top of the line food, man. High quality food at that. That's what makes it top of the line. It's very like authentic food. It's and not just authentic, but you guys use real meat. You use real meat. You don't use that processed stuff that we use out here, man. Like we got like a paste that we turn into meat, and then it's just disgusting. But out there in Germany, man, everything's real, so it's cool, man.
So excited to get to eat doner again. Doner kebabs.
Oh my God, that's the one thing. That is the one thing I tried to recreate it here. Oh man, that is the one thing I want to try, dude. Like, oh my gosh, that's like the first thing I want to try when I get to Germany, man. That's the first food I want to try when I get there. It looks so good, and I tried to recreate it. It tasted really good from the recipe that I got, but nothing beats the original, right? And also, I heard that you can get good tuna and bad tuna, and it just depends on who's making it and who has more, puts more elbow grease into what they do,
First introduced to them in Germany, and it's like that. It's a Turkish sandwich, right? It's kind of like what Americans think, kind of. This is super, like, barely, but Americans, we know of
Euros, yeah. It looks just like that.
Shaved meat.
Yep.
And then they put it into a pita. Donors don't use pita bread. They use like a different kind of bread, and they use like the shaved meat, not lamb. It's usually like chicken, I think. And they put cabbage, tomatoes, cucumber. Always get it spicy, so you either have like chili flakes or they do a spicy sauce on there.
So good. Oh my God, I'm getting hungry listening to this.
Cheese, get it, kleine, small, gross, big. My husband usually gets the big. I'm gonna get, it's gonna be hard for me not to get a huge one, but yeah. And then there was an amazing restaurant that we loved going to in Schwedelbach that had like big creamed zucchini.
Oh my God, that looks good. Jesus Christ, creamed zucchini. That looks beautiful. And whatever those ball things are, delicious.
These amazing like Kartoffelpuffer. It was amazing, and I'm so excited to go back for the food. I mentioned in my last video that one of my favorite meals is Rahm Schnitzel, and people over here, they make schnitzel. It's not really the same, but they make schnitzel.
I was waiting for that, man. I wanted to see like the perspective of someone who's had the schnitzel that from the US, right? And the OG, like actual authentic schnitzel from Germany, because I only know the stuff that we have here. I can try to go hunt around for little restaurants and this, that, the third, and say it's authentic German food, but to be honest, and we all know this, it's very industrialized and it's made to fit the taste of like an American palate, whatever it is locally here. You'll never get the same thing here as you would in Germany, unless you go to someone's house who happens to be German, who happens to have German grandparents that have a whole bunch of recipes that just be whipping it up in the kitchen no matter where they go. That's probably the only way you could really like bring that with you. But if it's like for business purposes and you're over here in America making German food, it's probably going to be catered more toward the palate of anyone in that local area. So it makes a lot more sense.
And they only ever do Jaeger sauce. It's just like the popular one. Everybody knows
exactly. That's what I'm talking about, the popularity thing.
In Germany, you actually get the different kinds of schnitzels. Like
Thank God.
Schnitzel with cream sauce.
Woo.
So
sounds good.
The ice cream too, gelato. In
Oh,
Germany
that looks
is amazing. Penelope, we got her like the.
I think that was like
it's like
sculpture.
a sundae, right? An ice cream sundae at the ice cream shops. And you can get it for like €3.50 and get this one that's like,
oh my God, that is huge. For what you get, that is huge. Yo, for €3.50, you know what you'd get in America? You'd get a tiny little cup. You'd get a little cup with a little swirl on the top. That's how much you pay for a small. If you want a large, I think that's like almost €10. And I know the euro's more than the US dollar, but you still would be paying €10 for a large ice cream like sundae. Crazy, bro. That's crazy.
This big with chocolate sauce and the little wafer on top. And I love spaghetti ice because if you're
I want to try that.
watching this, it's where they put ice cream and I think like whipped cream, something like that, through a press that makes it come out looking like spaghetti. And they top it with either raspberry
I've seen that
sauce and
it looks really good. I've seen it before. I have seen it before, but I've never seen it in person, and it looks phenomenal. It literally looks like spaghetti, but ice cream edition with like raspberry sauce that looks like marinara sauce. It looks so good. Oh,
white chocolate crumbles on top to look like Parmesan.
Ooh.
So good. So yeah, number one thing I'm looking forward to is the food. All right, this kind of piggybacks off of my last one, the food that I'm so looking forward to, but the drinks. So before, when I lived in Germany, I didn't drink coffee. I was high school aged. So I know a lot of high school kids drink coffee, but I didn't. I drank like tea and that was it. It wasn't until I had my second child that I was like, wow, I need more caffeine in my life. And so I started drinking coffee. So we have an espresso machine. Yes, I'm going to order a dual voltage one when we move over there.
Heard of it.
But I'm excited for Apfelschorle again.
I don't know what that is.
Again,
What is that? Is that like apple juice? But like a different kind of apple juice?
If you're American and watching this, Apfelschorle is pretty much like sparkling apple juice.
Oh, that's cool. It's like apple cider kind of, but
Get it at all in the U.S. It's
Wow.
not a thing, but it should be because it's amazing. Not just for kids, for adults.
wow.
My husband's looking forward to beers and stuff that he knows you can't get in the States. So like a mixery. He's looking forward to Desperado, which is tequila flavored beer.
What?
But you know, he's like
Tequila flavored beer? Oh, hell no. I almost threw up in my mouth a little bit. Bro, I hate tequila. I absolutely hate. You know, like when you bring up Fireball and people like cringe a bit and they're like, ugh, because it's like, I don't know. Everyone's had a bad experience with Fireball. Minus your boy. I've never had a bad experience with Fireball. But I have had very bad experiences with tequila. And the taste is just horrible, man. Horrible. I think tequila and gin, both of those are the worst liquors in my opinion, my personal opinion. But tequila flavored beer just sounds like a double whammy. Like, oh my god.
looking forward to just like regular beers too, which I'm not a beer drinker. I'm a wine drinker.
Ooh.
Or a mixed drink.
I second
But
that.
I feel like I'm gonna have to just order beer more often. I'm gonna have to try it. Like,
So
I drink.
I mean, you guys know, and maybe you don't, but I've drank a lot of beer, not a lot, but my fair share, right? I'm not a huge beer fan. I appreciate beer, but that's not my go-to. Like if someone offers me a beer, I'll be like, all right, cool, but that's not my go-to. Like I do love wine though. Wine is so good, man. I feel like, you know, I don't know, I just feel good drinking it. I feel like I get tipsy way faster drinking wine than I do beer, you know? And then mixed drinks, I love that shit. I mean, if I'm gonna get like, you know, if I'm gonna get messed up or like I feel a little buzzed, then I might as well have a good tasting drink that does it, right? Like I don't want to drink that like hard liquor stuff. Like I want to drink like something sweet or tart or very like welcoming to the palate. Nothing that, you know, tastes like someone just put a flamethrower in my mouth and said, hey, RIP those taste buds, you know? I want something that's actually good. I know it sounds weird, but I don't know. I actually like flavor. It's crazy. But I know Germany has a lot of great beers is what I was trying to get at. You guys have a lot of really good beers. So where I would normally not drink beer at all, or even not even like most of the time, I think I would be more susceptible to drinking beer more often in Germany, since it's like, you know, a lot more, it's high quality. It's high quality and it actually tastes like something other than piss. You know, like it's cool.
Drink the wine before there because you can look it up. You're allowed to drink at a younger age in Europe or in Germany. So when I was in high school, I got to try like the ice vine in Heidelberg, which we're gonna go do again, and I'll be able to bring you guys along. But yeah, the drinks, European coffee, wine, beer, Apfelschorle, Fanta, that is actually like sparkling orange juice instead of
the orange stuff they have here.
fake orange flavored.
Yeah, that's cool.
The drinks. Oh yeah. All right, number 3.
The weather.
Which this is gonna be really odd for most people.
Yeah, everybody in my comment section right now is probably like looking at the screen like, what? The weather? Some of us are trying to leave because of the weather. Like, I've heard the weather is very, it's not terrible, but if you don't like rain, Germany might not be your place. Okay, because I have heard it gets very rainy. I've actually seen that via people's, not FaceTimes, but what is that stuff? The Discord, FaceTime chat thing. Like, we'd be talking with people in Discord and stuff, and people would be walking around. It would rain, snow, all kinds of stuff. I feel like the weather in Germany just it can't make up its mind, right? It's like it's one thing one day, one thing another day. It just really depends. But not to say that the weather is horrible. It's just not entirely favorable to most people throughout the entire year or most of the year. It just depends on the year, I guess. But I haven't really heard the best thing about the weather. So the fact that she keyed in on that, it's pretty interesting. But I'll let her finish because I'm just letting you guys know what I've heard and what I've seen over videos and talking with people in Discord via video chat and stuff like that,
I've lived in the South for, guys, since like 2014. And before that, I lived in Hawaii. And then before that, I lived in Germany. But it's been a while. So the South, in Georgia, we got kind of 4 seasons. They were just really delayed. And we only got snow once when we were living in.
Oh, that's what this is about. It's about the snow.
So we've been living in Florida for the past 2 years.
Oh, hey, I'm in Florida too. That's tough. That is tough. Oh my gosh. Yeah, they moved everybody out here out in Florida, man. Like, I think my neighbors that just got here, what was it, a week or 2 ago? I think it was like a week. Yeah, about a week ago. My new neighbors arrived, and I think they had to have gotten here from like Korea or something. There's a lot of people, military people moving in, man, to Florida right now. But hey, man, I'm trying to move somewhere else, man. I've been in Florida too long, gee. Like,
there's no snow here. It doesn't get.
There is no snow here.
Colder than probably like
6
degrees.
Literally. If you're lucky, sometimes you might have one day that's like 20 degrees. One day. And that's like 20 degrees for like an hour. And then it goes back up to like 50 or 60.
I'm pretty pumped for the 4 seasons. The Christmas before we left Germany when I was in high school in 2011, so it was Christmas of 2010, we actually had a white Christmas, and there is nothing more magical than a German white Christmas.
That's what I want to experience. So for those that also didn't know, I mean, for the regular viewers, you guys know this. I've been talking about planning a trip to Germany for a long time. A lot of things have changed, but I am still trying to make a plan to travel to Germany. It'll be different. I'm going to probably make a separate video on that today and then kind of just let you guys know what's going on. But yeah, we'll get into that in another video because there's a lot of details there to let you guys know about.
Oh, I can't wait to be able to get the kids playing in the cold, going to Christmas markets and drinking Glühwein in the tiny little mugs, and it's like piping hot, and when you drink it, you're gonna like immediately burn everything, but it's gonna like warm you from the inside out. I'm pretty excited to wear winter clothes again, which I'm actually wearing a sweater in honor of this video.
That's cool.
So, yeah, pretty excited for the weather in Germany. All right, so for this one, I actually got a comment on my last video that said like they didn't like to watch a lot of American male spouses that moved to Germany because all they did was focus on
the beer,
shopping, and traveling. And that is actually my number 4 thing that I look forward to most because you don't realize how like what a lack of history the US has that's still like evident in everyday life until you move away from Europe.
Yes. Oh my God. I've never been to Europe and I already know. I feel like in the US it's a lot more like subtle. Like you won't see as many monumental statues and things of that nature. They're very like either hidden or they're not as big. In Germany, you guys have freaking castles, yo. Castles. And just the structure of you guys' buildings and like all these different sites and things of that nature. It's just like, whoa. Everywhere you go, there's a big whopping smack in the face of history, you know? And it's like, wow, like that's pretty crazy. That's pretty crazy. Like, but here it's just meh. I mean, like there's some places that have a lot more historical, like, you know, potency than others, but, and also America's way bigger. So it's a lot more spread out and blah, blah, whatever. But I get what she's saying. That makes a lot of sense.
But there's just a blatant lack of everyday history that you see, at least where I've been living. So I'm very excited to travel. My whole family is practically a history major.
Oh, that's cool.
At their colleges. I majored in kinesiology, which is
hey, that's what I'm
the way the body works and moves.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like the opposite. But I was raised appreciating history and like getting to.
So funny story. Before I stopped, I put my school journey on pause. That's what I was majoring in. It's a pretty interesting field to get into. Like you said, it's a study of movement in the human body, or just of the body in general. But pretty interesting stuff. I don't know if I would ever go back to school to finish that degree, but I don't know. I have a lot of other big plans and stuff, but it's interesting that she also majored in kinesiology. There's a few other people I know that majored in kinesiology, and I'm like, I did not know that was such a popular degree. Like, interesting.
See it. So when we lived in Germany before, we used to travel all the time, whether it was for my Irish dance to the UK, or just my mom and I just loved traveling when we were there. So I went on spring break to Mallorca in 2010, and just like getting to say, yeah, I had spring break in Mallorca. Like that's
cool.
I'm really excited to be able to like get the children that more like that broader worldview.
That's the biggest thing. So a few people that I've had conversations with about just living in Germany, especially when it comes to raising a family out there, they said it's very, 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 very crucial if you have the opportunity to raise your family, if you have the chance, in a place like Germany, because it will give your kids a worldly view on things, and they won't be so boxed in. Like, and I guess you guys get what I'm saying, but if I could get a little bit deeper, there's a very different mentality from a child who's been raised in a small town in America versus a child that's been raised overseas, you know, just overseas, like in wherever, right? Like one kid is clearly going to have a much more open mind. They're more likely to anyways, than a person who's lived their entire life in a small town and seen the same things and hasn't really progressed that much, you know? Living overseas is like this. It's a big deal, man. It's a big deal. And it does allow you to see people for who they are and not, you know, skin color, for instance, and other little frivolous things that, you know, would go down in a lot of small towns in America. So yeah, it's crazy, man.
So much more to the world than everything that's just in the US. And the US, I'm not gonna lie, has been a little depressing lately.
It has.
With our news. So I'm excited, to get out there, to travel. Living in Germany, there's so much opportunity for you to travel. So, you know, we're hoping to take ski trips up to Switzerland because you can drive to it.
That's cool.
I'm excited to go back to Paris, Italy, Spain, just everywhere in Europe. I'm so excited to travel.
Yep.
See if we can bust out a few more of these, and then you're gonna probably see the babies come into everything. But yeah, traveling, I can't wait. Okay, so when you're raised a military kid, you get to know a bunch of different type of people all over the world, if you're lucky enough to get to live all over the world. So, and you'll notice that people aren't the same everywhere that you live. I'm really because I've been in the US for a while now, I'm pretty excited to get back into another culture. This is the fifth thing I'm excited for, is to get into the German culture and to be around European people again. It's just a different culture, a different way of life, a different way that people are raised, but it's unique and it's still beautiful, and it's just different than what I've been around here. So I like, getting to know different people. I like being around different cultures. So
That's
I'm
cool.
really excited to just be in the German culture, be around Germans, be around Europeans. It's just great. I'm excited to be in that again and to have my children experience that, since I do plan on putting my youngest two in a German kita.
That's cool.
Or like kindergarten. You'll correct me on this. I know it. Don't worry. I've got a lot of research to do.
I think it's still kindergarten, right?
Stereotypical, I guess, American things, but I'm so looking forward to shopping. Oh, wow. And it's not even for like clothes, because I love H&M, Primark, S. Oliver, but in Heidelberg, so I lived in Heidelberg for a year in 2009, and
Oh, wow.
the Heidelberg, it's like off the Hauptstrasse, but they have an amazing gummy store.
Whoa,
So,
really? I didn't know that.
I
That's
took my husband to it too, because it's how amazing they are, and he looks it up to make sure they're still open every year.
That's
And
cool.
he always sees like if they've started shipping, which they haven't, but they do like handmade gummies.
Oh, yo, they would make so much money if they started like shipping it out worldwide. It's going to be very expensive, obviously. Like, I mean, shipping anything overseas is very expensive, but good God, man, they'd make a killing if the gummies are as good as they say they are. And the gummies in Germany hit different, bro. They hit different. They taste amazing.
Gummy bears, and they make different flavors. It's not just gummy bears. Like
I wonder if it's a
they
Haribo
have
factory.
these blue raspberry witches, and they're like soft, and oh wow, I'm excited for that. The other shopping, just getting to go into stores that just they don't exist in the US, and they're just different. Yeah, so I'm sorry if that sounds super stereotypical, but I like shopping and getting things that you just can't find everywhere, whether it's like a quaint tiny shop somewhere, or I mean, yeah, even I know they have the new big mall in Kaiserslautern downtown, and it's called the K.N. Lautern. And
Oh, that's clever. For
they
K and Louder.
and I'm not sure if it's still there, but they had like an FCK store for the local football team.
Oh,
And even that is just cool, like to be able to go in there and get like a scarf or something, especially because Penelope plays soccer now, and we're hoping that she'll continue in Europe. We'll see. I know things change, and she's only 7. I'm not going to pressure her, but for her to get to, play football, I'm
That's cool.
excited to go shopping.
oh,
Willow is awake with us now.
oh.
I'm not looking too happy about this. Oh, that's okay. We're on number 7. All right.
German villages. Yes,
This is
yes.
specific to Germany. I am looking forward to villages again.
Yo, they look so dope. They look like gingerbread houses, man. Like I always say that, man. But German like villages, y'all's houses look like little gingerbread houses. Like every year for Christmas, it was a tradition for me growing up to just like make a little gingerbread house with my siblings and stuff. And I don't know, when I looked at Germany's villages for the first time, I'm like, wait a minute. I feel like these gingerbread houses are based on the housing structure in Germany. Like all you guys' houses look like that. You guys got the pointy roofs and stuff like that. Like And I think it's optimized for snow, right? You guys said something like that. It's like optimized for like, you know, winter time. So when it does snow, the snow just slides right off or something like that. That's what I heard from one person. I don't know why it's built like this, but it's cute. It is cute. You guys got cobblestone everywhere. Like, it's nice, man. I feel like it's a more welcoming, like whatever. Because I mean, American neighborhoods, bro, boxy as fuck. Like,
Hold on, guys. Their ring light turned off.
nope.
The villages in Germany are just gorgeous. The walking trails, it's just, I'm gonna try to include a picture here, but it's just nature and the sky is blue, and you just, even in like the crowded villages of like, I'm not sure if it's still like this, but like Mockenbacher, Ramstein village. I think Miesenbach was kind of crowded too sometimes. But even those, it's just like the houses, the architecture, it's just different than in the US. And you don't have that in the US. So I'm so excited to get to go to villages. And we're trying to live on base for at least the first couple of years.
Ooh, interesting.
Mainly because we have small kids.
Oh, that
and
makes
we want
sense.
Kelpie to be able to walk to school. And she'll be going to intermediate school on base.
Okay, that makes
there.
sense.
And just so like it's easier for Zach because he'll be working on base. So we want to try to at least start on base, and then hopefully we'll move off base. But you know, it's finding a house to rent, a good landlord.
Ooh, I want to know more about that. I want to know more about like finding houses and the whole process. About like, you know, renting out there in Germany versus here in the US. I wonder if it's easier out there in Germany or if it's more difficult, especially from the perspective of like military family moving from, you know, the US to Germany and trying to live off base. I think that would be a huge, that's huge. I want to see if I can find more videos like that.
All
Nice.
that, so hopefully we'll be able to move into the village life, but
Oh,
I'm excited for that, for the churches, the bakeries that you see. There's little, like, there's small shops in villages. I'm excited to go, to go to, like, my husband, he never lived on base when he was there. And his parents didn't. So, yeah, they lived in, like, Schwedelbach and, I don't remember, Otter? No, not, I don't remember. I'm not even going to say because it's going to be, like, insulting. But, yeah, I'm looking forward to German villages. This is my number seven thing.
yep.
This kind of ties in with it, but number 8, the scenery. There's something about the scenery in Germany.
It just looks like peaceful as hell. Like from what I've seen from most images from Germany, like it just seems very tranquil, right? You go out there, you can sit down and actually enjoy nature. I didn't understand it at first, like why so many German people loved being outside so much. But when you have an environment like that, that looks like a Disney movie, you know what I mean? Like, who wouldn't, right? Who wouldn't enjoy that? Just going outside, sitting down and eating outside, just vibing. It's beautiful. It is beautiful, man. I want to be able to experience it at least a few times. Like, oh, man, I'm excited.
Gorgeous. Like, everything is, like, picture perfect. Again, I'll try to insert a couple.
Wow. See, it's what I'm talking about. It's beautiful.
But it's, oh, wow. It's so pretty. If you haven't been and gotten to experience it,
It's got to be Bavaria, though, right?
Because there's so many places in Europe that are just like, they're picture perfect. I know a lot of my German friends, when I would go to dance class down in Munich, they would always be like, wow, you lived in Hawaii? Like, wow, it must have been like perfect. But it's that like romanticized view of Hawaii that people have, but it's like that's how gorgeous that a lot of parts of, of like Germany and Europe are. But I think it's also like finding the beauty, because a lot of people can be like, oh wow, it's all negative and being negative, but it's finding that beauty. Okay.
Oh, that dog too.
All right,
Oh,
this could probably be a lot higher up on the list, but I'm looking forward to fests. So
yes.
a big one is K-Town Fest. And it's like a fair. It's what you would think of in the States as a fair, but it's like a fair times 50.
Whoa.
Times 100.
Jesus.
You know, you've got the little pop-up beer stands.
Oh my God.
That come, all the different candy and snacks and food.
It looks dope.
And it's just like that sense of electricity. I feel like
Oh my gosh.
a lot of the time in the States, it's just kind of like downplayed.
It very much is, and it's the same thing over and over again. I feel like all the fairs, there's got to be one singular person that runs all of those things, because they feel very much the same here in the U.S. Like in Germany, Oktoberfest, it looks insane. It's always like on, like, I don't know, some clips even make it to World Star, man. It's just massive. It makes it to a lot of big media outlets over here whenever Germany like has the Oktoberfest stuff, and even Carnival, man. It's huge. I have a video that I was supposed to post about Carnival, but oh my gosh.
It's like, oh, yay. There's the Strawberry Festival. You know, they try to hype it up, but it's just not like, it doesn't deliver.
Yeah.
The fests in Germany deliver, and that's whether you're going kind of like during the day. Like, I'll include some pictures of us going to the K-Town Fest with Penelope when she was a baby, and we had to go during the day because when you go at night, it's more of like a party atmosphere, which Zach and I'm gonna insert a photo of when we went to K-Town Fest after Zach and I think it was right before we started dating.
Oh wow.
But,
that's cool.
all right, the 10th and final thing I am beyond excited for is to show the kids our old like haunts, you know, where Zach and I met.
That's cool.
At a bar in Landstuhl, you know, where we went on our first date, which was a kino in Landstuhl, a movie theater. Getting, you know, to go to my favorite restaurant, which was Terramina's, an Italian restaurant, and
That's cool.
see like where I used to live, where Zach used to live, show them our history, because again, being a military spouse and moving a lot of the times you don't get to experience that with your kids, because you're
Moving
somewhere
all the
else,
time.
and it might not even be close to where you were living when they were, you know, your age, or where you were living when you, yeah, you get it. So it's pretty cool that I'll be able to take all of my kids, because we're done having kids now, so 3 was our limit. And so it's cool that we're gonna be able to go like, hey, yeah, this is where Daddy and I met and stuff. So yeah,
That's cool.
that's really exciting, right? Is that crazy? That should be higher up on the list.
I mean, it makes sense. I remember, well, now, oh my gosh, like where I grew up is completely changed. I grew up in Chicago, for those that don't know. And I mean, Chicago's very progressive. So they build up new structures, tear down old structures all the time. So most of the places I grew up around are gone. They're gone. So very interesting, but it is what it is.
Oh well, they'll forgive me. But yeah, so that's my top 10 things that I'm super excited for.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, you guys let me know what you think in the comments down below. I agree with all of her points. I mean, they seem like very valid reasons, obviously. I mean, it's not like it's not like I could disagree, right? I've never been to Germany, but I've been living vicariously through every single person who's been to Germany, just trying to soak it all in. So when I get there, I have some kind of familiarity with it. So one big thing that I do know that I need to still work on, I'm always going to work on it in some capacity, is speaking more German. You get better by doing. And I know I say it a lot, but after watching this video and I reacting to some memes yesterday and looking at a few things this week and speaking with people, that seems to be the top of like, hey, like, get better speaking German, so when you do come here, you're prepared. And situations where the people don't speak English and stuff like that, and you can communicate more effectively. So That's pretty much it. I love you guys. Let me know what you guys want to see next. Hop in the Discord server, drop some links to more videos I can react to, and I will talk to you guys later. Take care. Peace. Also, subscribe to her. I think this might be one of her first few videos. Subscribe to her channel. I'm going to go ahead and show you guys something real quick. Let me go ahead and drop a like. I'm going to go ahead and subscribe too. I'm looking forward to seeing like what she does over there in Germany, man. Very, very, very dope person. But anyway. Well, what a pleasure it is to see all of your beautiful faces at the end of this lovely video. Subscribe if you haven't already. I'm sure you know, as I've mentioned in the past, we do have a Discord that's linked in the description down below, and we would love to have you a part of the world's greatest community ever, Bray Gang. Yes, if you've made it to this point in the video, you're officially a part of the community. So go ahead, join the Discord server. Link is in the description down below. And we also have other social media as well, like Instagram, Twitter. We're live. We go live on Twitch quite often as well. So it would behoove you to, go ahead and subscribe to the Twitch channel at twitch.tv/JamesBrayGang. Join the cause and be a part of the greatest, literally the greatest community ever. Okay, it's simple. Just go ahead and do those little things. We're trying to grow on all these little platforms and everything, and it really means a lot. Now, I know you guys stumbled up across the channel and you're like, what does this guy post? Like, what kind of content does he post? Reactions, vlogs, pretty much whatever comes to my mind. All right, it's random content. I don't know what I'm gonna be posting 10 years from now, but I do know that you can stick along for the journey, and it really means a lot. Now, for every single person that subscribes and follows all of the accounts that I have made, and all the links will be in the description down below, that's an automatic entry for any future giveaways I decide to have. I'll remind you when the giveaways take place, but you'll be surprised what I will be giving away because you guys have supported me so much up to this point, and it's only right that I do the same thing back. Thank you guys so much for being amazing, and I will see you in the next video. Take care. Peace.